Hello beautiful people, and in today's video I want to quickly showcase / give my review on the Modlist called Winds of North, available on Wabbajack, for you to play and install for a truly vanilla experience, as I like to call it. It's very similar to vanilla game in most aesthetics, but amplifies and improves it on a lot bigger level. So let's dive into the video very quickly. I won't take much of your time. When you'll open Winds of North, you'll be treated with the same vanilla classic loading screen. Ask if you want to skip the introduction, thrown into the character creation menu, then the naming, and your companion, and then you'll be thrown into the vast world of Skyrim all over again. Now to the bigger question and the most important one, the performance. Now I ran this game on my main system, which consists of a 1650 Super 4 GB and an i5 9th gen, so it's pretty easy to say with 16 GB of RAM that this list is really mediocre. The lower mediocre to be exact. Because it uses something like Diane Delod, more of flora and water mods, it's not extremely heavy, but it's still safe to say that this list will not run on extreme potatoes. But in case of average, I got mostly 50 to 60 in every places. I just lost frames while recording. As this list uses community shaders instead of an ENB, you will get a good visual and performance fidelity, so there's no doubt you'll get 60 and more FPS most of the time. The only exception I'll say for dropping FPS would be on lower systems when you are out of RAM and VRAM, mostly RAM because it's the heavier requirement. So if you can get 16 with a, let's say, RX 550, you can run this game pretty easily on 60 FPS most of the time. So getting this auto install and download Modlist to work is pretty simple, as it's on Wabbajack. Wabbajack is a simple software that lets you to basically auto install any mod list of magnitude of types for not only Skyrim but many other games that are supported on it, such as Fallout. So this is a pretty simple software. There are many guides out there to troubleshoot and etc and solve problems regarding this list, so I'll link one of those down in description, or you can search them on your own. There are plenty out there, and as far as I'm concerned, it's very simple. It won't give you a lot of trouble if you follow the steps and read everything carefully, so consider reading everything before. So, who's this list for? A fairly simple but a bit problematic question in my opinion, as its answer can be pretty stretched out depending on the situation and the person in question who wants to play this game. Sometimes people download Modlist to enhance something, sometimes they are bored of the vanilla feature, sometimes they just want to play something else but still play Skyrim. So in briefness, it boils down to the opinions of the people in question, aka it boils down to a personal preference. So, whose preference does this mod suit, and what does it really provide? So I have played multitudes of mod lists at this point on my potato system, and you have already seen the showcase and the visuals, and you are still seeing them on the screen because this is from the same mod list. So, the main question about this mod list, who is it for? Like I said, it's for some people who want to enhance their game but still feel the aesthetics and the vision that Bethesda had for Skyrim. Now, I won't say that most mod lists will break the immersion or just completely change the game, kill its vibe. No, it's fairly different, because not only is this list a really lightweight one, but its aim is intentional to be lightweight but also stick to the original roots of the game, not transforming this power fantasy we all know and love into a modern, let's say, vast and diverse world which expands so much and so little original aesthetics are left over from many of the modern mod lists. So this aims to differ and instead improves on what Bethesda didn't. Really, they should have released something like this on the anniversary edition instead of whatever the fuck they did at anniversary edition, just paid mods. Well, enough rambling about that. About the mod list itself, I would say sticking to the original roots is a big up for many people, as some complain that they don't feel like they're playing Skyrim anymore because, well, I just mentioned how most mod lists aim to differ from the original vision, but no matter what, Bethesda did a mastercraft when making Skyrim. The buggy mess it was, I'll ignore that and be comfortable in the comfort food that is Skyrim for me. So, in simple words, this game stick to the original roots on overview part of this video. Now I would like to tell you more about it as a mechanic and functionality, what it provides in general when it comes to the mechanics of this list. Winds of North is a lightweight mod list dedicated to enhancing Skyrim's gameplay and refining its visual aspects while preserving the original game's aesthetic. Its features are a suite of Skyrim overhaul mods, introducing new content, quality of life changes, and integrates and rebalances many of the Anniversary Edition creations to bring you a fresh but also familiar experience. I have linked down the mod list in my description and also the readme and GitHub page in my description, so you might as well go and check it out, and I really recommend you go and check it out to possibly fix any problems or troubleshoot matters if you face them. So that begs me to pardon to the first question about what Skyrim actually is. So through the courtesy of Reddit, I will read an answer for you. Skyrim is a collection of mods that overhaul Skyrim core gameplay in a way that sticks to Bethesda's vision as to how it originally was, but makes everything better and more balanced. Which makes the game more harder, more intentional on the survival mode of the game, and it does contain a few mods that also enhance the original survival mode that came with the Anniversary Edition, some improvements on the fishing mods, the DLC content, retextures of your armors, weapons, and most interiors and exteriors as you've already seen. And it's a bit different on the leveling aspect. It has more and different skill trees, which I unfortunately couldn't record as I ran out of storage, and always just search the mods that are included from the page I will link in the description. Some cool features from a mod called Co-Map, which adds more places on your map, as you can see on the screen, and also it uses some quality of life mods, such as when you press H, a horse appears if you have bought it, and extra mods such as coin, which adds more coins. For example, in the Draugr dungeons you all see around, it wouldn't make sense for these dungeons to have new coins in them, so instead it adds new forms of coins and currency, which adds different value. You can go to the traders and change and exchange it for a specific amount. For example, the Draugr dungeon contains the ancient Drakkar coin, if I'm correct. Am I pronouncing it correct? So basically, the Drakkar value has significantly low because it's made of bronze, and it's just low, I guess. So basically it has more currency in the game, and each currency has a different value for a better and economic and immersive sense. It also brings out many fixes, bug fixes down the lot. As I mentioned, there are many better flora mods. There's better focus on cooking and alchemy. So in the hindsight, this mod list, all it does, it just gives a little bit, but fixes and improves everything that was there in the first place. So this mod list is for the people who want to preserve their Skyrim as Skyrim and not change it at all. This mod list doesn't contain any animation or combat overhauls in the let's say something like MCO or VFCO. It doesn't add any moveset, just the basic vanilla Skyrim with something like more difficulty mods, and that's it for this list. I mentioned everything as I could and didn't want it to drag out the video as long as it happened. I just kept rambling on. This is my very first video, so I'm not really well versed in making videos, and English is not my first language, so I really sucked and really thought I couldn't convey much, but I'm also a lazy bum, so I didn't want it to just keep speaking and fixing it up. I hope you got what you wanted from this video. See ya baboons on the next one. Bye.